Hi, my name is Lindy Knowles. This is my presentation for Sociology 5383 Seminar on Aging. I chose to do a literature review for my final paper, and the topic that I chose to research was retirement communities. This presentation will discuss the development and growth of retirement communities and also analyze if active retirement communities are indeed a pathway for what is known as successful aging. I first want to go over a quick overview of what I'll be discussing during this presentation. First, I will give a brief introduction on retirement communities and why studying retirement communities are beneficial. I will also go over research questions that helped guide my study. I will also discuss theories that guided the study and also important life course disparities and cultural contexts that influence one's ability to live in structured retirement communities. And finally, I will conclude by discussing areas for future research. Due to the life expectancy increasing and the growing aging population, there is a greater focus on life after one stops working and how to stay engaged during retirement and throughout the later life. It is important to research how the growing popularity of retirement communities has impacted our society and also impacted the aging population. The questions that guided my study are: why are structured, active retirement communities popular and how do they develop? How are retirement communities influenced by theories? And ultimately, who has access to this specific type of living option and lifestyle during retirement? The trend of structured retirement communities like Del Webb's Sun City began as a way for many seniors to disprove stereotypes of older age as decline and disengagement. I wanted to quickly highlight some of the advertisements that I came across when I was studying retirement communities because I find that it is very important and that the themes that these advertisements have are really influential on whom they're trying to target to live in these retirement communities, and that it's more of a promise of a different lifestyle rather than just a new home or a new area for seniors to live. Some of the reoccurring themes that I found in a lot of the advertisements was this promise of freedom, for active living, to be relaxed, that it's going to be an exciting lifestyle change, and ultimately that this is going to be a healthy retirement. As you can see, a lot of the marketing is also geared towards white heterosexual couples, and so I'll be discussing this later on about who actually can benefit from these retirement communities and how we can help get this out where it's more of a diverse population that these advertisements are marketing. It is first important to understand the influence of gerontological theories and how they've impacted the way people live after retirement and in the later life. The increased research and interest towards aging in the life course has led to the progress and development of theories on aging and has ultimately impacted the way that we view the concept of retirement and the whole aging process. The publication of Growing Old in 1961 by Cumming and Henry was about the first time that researchers began developing theories about aging. Cumming and Henry used their findings from the Kansas City study of adult life to develop the disengagement theory and believed that although the process may differ by cultures, the theory could be applied to all societies. They described disengagement as an inevitable process in which many of the relationships between a person and other members of society are severed, and those remaining are altered in quality. They believed that as a person ages, that disengagement is an inevitable process that most all elderly seniors go through. The disengagement theory influenced the way that people viewed the aging process by feeling as though aging led to detached relationships with individuals and society. Research has greatly expanded the knowledge on this population, and theories have emerged that show how the aging process does not directly correlate with the inevitable disconnect between society and others. For example, Del Webb, the creator of Sun City, a very large and popular active retirement community, marketed his retirement communities in a way that illustrates how Americans viewed the aging process and really how influential the disengagement theory was on American society at this time. Retirement communities present their communities as a way of buying leisure in retirement by being able to access their community resources, social relationships, and ultimately just having an active time in later life. In 1961, a magazine article promoting the Sun City property stated that active retirement is a proven success in Del Webb Sun City, reserved exclusively for American modern retirees. By marketing this lifestyle as unprecedented, it was seen as a change and something new, creating a new wave of industrial development. One of the many reasons that explain why older people would want to move to an active adult community could be due to a reflection of ageism in our society and culture, and the idea that these communities arose as an antidote to negative stereotypes of older age as a period of decline in physical and social competencies. Another important theory to discuss when analyzing retirement communities is the activity theory. The activity theory, introduced by Chambray in 1984, argues that removing older people from societal roles does not have to be a result of aging and does not need to be seen as inevitable in our society. The activity theory was influenced by the disengagement theory because staying active and involved in the society can keep the aging population remain engaged with society. As people age, there becomes a loss of lack of work and family roles, which may inspire aging people to look to other ways of being involved, like volunteering or living in a structured retirement community where they do have more access to resources and social relationships. It can also inspire people to stay active and serve as a way for them to contribute to society. Work changes such as retirement and family structures when children move out of the home can have a major impact on one's life. This change can often create isolation and is found to be very difficult for some to go through this significant lifestyle change. Communities that are structured for active retirees are seen as a way to have an active life even in the later part of their life. Research has found a lot of positive data for those who maintain active lifestyles and involvement in community activities, which explains the desire for some to want to ensure that they will remain active after retirement. A critique to the activity theory is that it does not factor in the behavior and values throughout the life course. Chambray explains through the continuity theory that elders continue roles and attitudes that they have had throughout their lifetime. The continuity theory can characterize behaviors and continue throughout the lifespan, beginning in younger years and persisting through older years of the life course. It challenges the disengagement theory because it argues that those who have been active throughout their life can continue being active instead of being pushed out of society during old age. This theory introduces the thought that the way that one acts at early age will remain constant throughout the aging process. One's education, previous work opportunities, and religion are also associated with one's decision to be active and participate in volunteer work or the desire to live in structured communities. There are clear benefits for seniors who live active social lifestyles in life post-retirement. How, as a society, can we ensure that all seniors have the opportunity for successful aging? The idea of Sun City or other active retirement communities is a great innovation, but includes a great amount of discrimination for those who may not fit the stereotypical characteristics or who may not be able to access these communities due to cultural contexts or other reasons. Also, how can elderly seniors obtain healthy and successful aging if they are unable to retire or unable to afford this lifestyle? There are many factors to research when studying the effects and benefits of active retirement communities, but I feel like the first part is to identify the reasons why not everybody has access to this. Whether they are in a same-sex partnership and there are restrictions against that lifestyle, if they are required to help out with family and be a caregiver for other family members, the age restriction on these retirement communities may play a factor on whether or not they can move here. The idea of healthy living and strong social connections should not be limited to one age group and should be promoted throughout the life course. When communal connections are strong, support networks can be established for those who may not be able to live in retirement communities due to the varying disparities. Although the retirement communities are a way to promote a new way of living for our modern retirees, it is imperative for research to continue so that we can develop ways for all seniors to have access to healthy and successful aging, not just an exclusive group. So, in conclusion, the idea of successful aging has influenced terms such as healthy, positive, active, productive, and effective aging, and is often used interchangeably when researching active retirement communities. Successful aging is commonly correlated with active and productive lifestyles, which can be why marketing and advertisement techniques for retirement communities highlight physical activities and social connections. The setting in which seniors live their life during their retirement years can be founded by many factors: socioeconomic status, sexual orientation, cultural and religious beliefs, and location are all contributing factors on where one may spend their retirement years. The growth and popularity of retirement communities can be associated with the desire for retirees to disprove the idea that aging will lead to an inevitable process in which many of the relationships between a person and other members of society dissolve. The promotion of active living highlights the idea of successful living, but does not factor in many of the disparities within the aging population. Rather than separating the aging population with the rest of society, I argue that policies and programs need to be established so that positive aging can be achieved by all seniors and not just those who have access to this luxury community.